Welcome to a new series with Football Manager 2014. We will be doing a new series that has as intention to test an idea about modifying the longitudinal length of the team. We can, in the standard tactics, use the defensive line depth as a way to do that, telling our defenders to pass very high with the idea that it will compress the space between the defense and the strikers. But in this series I want to do something more extreme, that is to use instead of fullbacks and centre backs, wing backs and defensive midfielders. When I want to be very offensive and compress high up the pitch and don't use strikers, when I want to be defensive and be compressing the team defensively. In that regard, ideally I might want to use a set of sweepers, defensive midfield and advanced midfield, but because the team doesn't have probably enough players able to play in the sweeper positions that are good enough to be competitive, then I might end not doing that, but trying with the centre backs, midfielders, and advanced midfielders, or perhaps centre backs, defensive midfielders, and advanced midfielders, or even midfielders. We will see what will be done about the defensive tactics when I get to it and depending on the squad. I chose a league like the Turkish league. So initially was my idea to use the Portuguese league because it's a small league where I can find a big team that is stronger than most of the competition in that league. And so in the league I can use the very offensive tactics, but that in Europe is considered to not be especially strong, maybe even weak. So there I will turn to use defensive tactics. Initially I had thought to use Benfica in Portugal, but I changed my mind to use Galatasaray in Turkey because the Benfica team only had two defensive midfielders that I saw. One central midfielder and the rest were central midfielders able to play in the advanced midfield line. And that will mean I will require to find a couple of defensive midfielders of good enough quality that might be had in Benfica. And Galatasaray has enough defensive midfielders. I mean, it has four, counting Altintop who can play there. And there's these two players who are not done so as wingbacks are able to play in the wingback slot of their side. And then there is Altintop again, Emmanuel Ebue, and Alex Telles. Well, so I will be doing the squad selection and tactic creation of the screen and come back at some point either during the preseason or after the preseason. I will decide later. I will be uploading this video in both accounts, Lord Midichlorian and Lord Midichlorian. But beyond this video, I will upload to the Lord Midichlorian Everything Together account, since the channel update video had more views in the Lord Midichlorian Everything Together than in the Lord Midichlorian Separated. And it's also the channel that is more comfortable to upload videos for me. So like, subscribe, and comment if you feel like that. Dislike if you feel like that. Do nothing if you feel like that. Thank you for watching. See and goodbye.